All right, dear friend, dear subjugated individual, dear member of the clerisy, member of the conspiratorium, thank you, thank you for being with us on this dark, well, now you just got to redundant, this dark and cold, snowy, supposedly snowy New York night. Nothing so far, nothing big. What are you going to do? And I welcome to you and yours. And I say a hearty hello and a hi-yo silver to all of our friends all over the world. Thank you, our friends from Manchester, Ohio. This is what we do twice a day, 8 a.m. and 7 p.m., where we meet people from around the world in the fruited plains and the fruits from the plains. They're here. And I thank you all for being here. Thank you. I'm going to tell you something before we begin, which I found fascinating. As you know, AM radio is the repository of ads and things that you can't buy or find anywhere else. I used to do a show on a weekend, WOR, years ago. And when I would leave on Saturday, they would always play this ad about John Wayne, who had 50 pounds of undigested bleh and his, oh, I got to get rid of those, that damn those reactions. There we go. He always had this undigested bezoar in his gut, and I thought, oh my God, I always heard that. Why John Wayne? And it was for colon blow. They would always do these things in the commercial, and it was like AM radio was the only place you could buy this stuff. Colon blow, concretize, ossified like relics of like prehistoric stool. It's like, oh my God, it's like what? But it sold, or they couldn't sell it, and whatever it is. Brain tumors, and it was always AM. So the other day I was doing a show. I was on a show with my friend Mark Simone, great guy, truly Mr. New York. I say Binghamton? He goes, no. Anyway, so as I was waiting, there's an ad that I had to share with you. I thought of you and I want to share it with you. And I love it because it's so funny. And so you'll say, that's gross. Because that's what you do. I love gross. And I love funny. And there was this commercial. This woman says, hello. I forget who she says, I think she's an OBGYN or she's a gynecologist or something. And she says, and I put together something called, is it Lumi? Lumi. Apparently, this is your whole body deodorant for your back, sack, and crack, and your inguinal area and perianal, and and it gets your. Do you want? Oh no, it says, do you want to smell good naked? I thought, what the hell? I'm waiting on hold. What is this? You don't have to bathe. Just use this stuff for your inguinal area, for your butt, for your this, for your feet, for your pits. I'm thinking, why don't you bathe? No need to bathe. Use this, Lumi. And I'm sure it's a great product. I prefer bathing. I'm a stickler for bathing. I really, really am. I try to do the right thing. I try sometimes to use non-aluminum deodorant, but I must have the constitution of a diamond miner because that doesn't work. And that's all I'm going to say. It just does not work. Aluminum may make me crazy. I may be walking around yelling, who ordered the veal cutlet? But for whatever it's worth, when it comes to me, Mr. Axela here, I need, the hard stuff. Remember years ago, I didn't wear an antiperspirant today, and I may not tomorrow. This is Mitchum. Mitchum's great because it's the best. Clogs up everything. So I just want to share this with you. It doesn't share this. So anyway, as I'm looking, I realize there are other things too. There's man parts. Deodorant for men. Man parts ball. Then there's ball guard. Liquid powder for balls. Then there's happy sack. You think I'm kidding? I'm looking at this. Happy sack. Happy crack and happy sack. You can buy this. What about soap? Here we go. Lumi deodorant. So help me God. I'm reading this. It says, how to get rid of stinky balls. This is an article. I'm thinking, dear God, what has happened? Now, when I was a kid, my mother, by the way, Lumi sent, oh, here we go. Hilarious ad for Lumi. This is the greatest stuff. I would love to be the spokesperson for Lumi. Okay? I'm just telling you, I would love it. So as I'm waiting, I'm listening to this Lumi thing. It must work. And years ago, my mother told me this joke. She had a great sense of humor. She said, "Did you hear about the masculine? Remember that they had feminine deodorant spray? Uh, FDS. Remember that? FDS when you were a kid years ago. What is that, Mom? Well, it's, what is it? Well, it's, but don't worry about it. Can I use it? I hope not." But she said, but there's now a masculine deodorant spray called Umpire for foul balls. That was her joke. And I've heard that joke my whole life. It's here now. It's here. And I think it's one of the funniest thing ever. Liz says, how did we ever manage before? You're right. Bodily funk. So I want to do something for, hang on. Sorry, I should have prepared. Yeah. Hello, do you have inadvertent terminal flatulence? Remember that one of the best ones, one of the best national input, terminal flatulence. What are the signs? Unaccountable pet deaths. What's my favorite? Burnt foliage. And there was a bathroom one time where it was shattered. The porcelain was shattered. TF. It's nothing to sniff at. There was this poor kid he was a center, and the quarterback behind him. He's got his hands between his legs, and the center's like this, or the quarterback's like this. That was it. Cracked me up. My mother had and I'll never forget this. She had this closet. It looked like Mr. Whoopi's closet. Stuff, I don't know what the hell she had in there. We don't even know. We just would open it up and then be like, but there was this curled brown kind of old thing she had taped up. It was one of the funniest ads ever. Imagine this little man with a pork pie hat, kind of like Wally Cox meets, I don't know what, little pork pie hat, little bow tie, and he's at an airport parking lot, and there's miles of cars behind him. Just miles. He's in the middle of this huge acre of just cars. And he looks like this. Very, very frightened, very sheepish, almost scared. And the headline was, "Where will you be when your laxative starts to work?" And I used to think of this, kind of doing a TAT, thematic apperception test, kind of a, getting into the empathic connection of this, what this man must feel like, the horrors. I wanted to share that with you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. Nonsense. I love it because it cracks me up. Let me remind you, if you think that is absolutely funny, don't forget, February the 3rd, I'll be at the fabled Cutting Room in New York City. That's right, everybody. At the famous, fabled, storied, Liz Solak was there. Oh, let me tell you something. I never realized the entourage she had. Seriously, she's got more people with her. It's the most incredible thing in the world. It must be about 50 or so people. And doing all kinds of things, kind of like a sedan chair. I thought that was a bit much. But in any event, don't forget that. And let me get rid of this. And let me thank you for that. And get rid of, hang on, there we go. We're going to go back to here. And there we go. There we go. Terrific. We'll go back here. Look at this. I'm a one-man show. And that is the link for you to go for that. Liz was terrific. A couple of times she stood up and yelled, "Play Rocky Top." I said, "Liz, please." Nobody was there, but that's okay. Did ever do that? Rocky Top. Remember the Osborne brothers? Where were we? I have no idea. Honey, would you do me a favor? My little cube of tissues. I don't have it, and I don't want to get up, and I don't want to start wiping it on my sleeve. Well, I could use Lumi. Yeah, you don't have to bathe for 72 hours. No, thanks. No, thanks. Not the. How do you do that? What? It just goes to show you. In any event, my friends, I wanted to share it with you. I just wanted to share that with you. I'm sorry, it cracks me up. Okay. Look what somebody writes. Well, it's too bad it took you so long to wake up for the longest time. You said it wasn't a setup and Trump lost the election. How many followers did you lose until you woke up? Oh, Leanna, take it easy. First of all, it was not a setup, as we discussed this morning. It was not a setup. You got that? It's not a setup. He walked into this, and Trump had the election stolen legally. That's that. So I don't know what to tell you, but it wasn't. Using Parmesan cheese as an exfoliant is not advisable. Edge, you kill me with that. You kill me. I mean, other than Gina might be there. She's going to go see friends in North Jersey. Listen, you let me know, Gina. We'll have a little sedan chair ready for you. Don't you love this? How maybe you finally figured it out. Trump wasn't set up. We've already been through this. Tell me why Trump was set up. Let me see all these people, including the guy with the eye patch and the folks from what were they called? Oh, the Proud Boys and Trump himself. Now everybody be there. We're gonna meet. They're gonna be certifying the vote. Okay. Oh, they set him up for that one. It happened to be like in all the papers. We're gonna be there. Okay, all of you, don't be violent. We're all gonna be there. All gonna be there. Oh, they set him up for that one. Yeah. What did they do to set him up? What did they do to set him up? I like every now and then free Julian Assange. David, why would they? By the way, of course, Edward says because he is scary to the Dems. Yeah, but what is it? What are they setting up? They already arranged it. Somebody work with me. What is there to set up when he arranged it? They didn't set him up. He said, "We're gonna be there." Okay. Right, Proud Boys? Well, he didn't say that, but right, guy with the eye patch? Right, Valkyrie helmet with the Sonny Bono vest? Ashley Babbitt? Did they set? I don't know if they set her up. Only one shot. Everybody let in. Why did they have to shoot her? If she wants to come through the window, open the door. Come on in. They got people going into the well of the house. What's I never understood any of that. But nobody set him up. Set him up for what? I discussed a little bit before. Please, anybody want to take? Anybody want to? Anybody want to discuss that? Anybody? I'm just curious, huh? Huh? Liana Ilardi or anybody want to discuss that? Liana, anybody? You want to tell me? How do you set somebody up where everybody says we're going to be there? Okay, let's set him up. What do you mean? Set up Trump. Set him up what? Now, Clevin says, by the way, it's Kelvin. Please spell your name right. Please. Minus 273 centigrade. Nancy did not send the National Guard. Right, kid? Are we right? That's right. Nancy didn't send the National Guard. Right? Yes. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? Here we go. I like this. The goal of J6 was to delegitimize Trump and to legitimize the steal of the Biden-Harris administration. Nancy Pelosi and Biden just herded them into the Capitol and opened the doors. What? That's not. You do know And by the way, we're on the same page, right? Sort of. That's not what we're talking about. The seditious conspiracy and the big stuff wasn't going into the house. That was kind of a trespass thing. It was outside. There are many, many people who weren't even there. The seditious conspiracy, the insurrection, was not walking in. That was a trespassorial thing. So that's not it. They were already there. Now, let me ask you a question. And this is important. Let's assume you look outside your window and your neighbor's home is on fire or starting a little fire that if they put out, everything will be fine. But you don't call the police or the fire brigade or the fire department. You don't do it. Is that misprision? Is it, what do you call that? What do you call that? Are you responsible for that? Well, who committed the arson? The person who started the fire. But you could have put it out, but you didn't. So did you start the arson? No. The arsonist did. Yeah, but you could have put it out. But I didn't cause it. You can't charge me with not calling somebody. Now, hers is a little bit different because I think she had, a duty to do that. You see this? You understand this? So I know there's an anger here, but I want you to try your best. What is it that they did to set him? Ray Epps got, what, 6 months? Ray Epps. What did Ray Epps do that was... Now, remember, I don't understand what half of these people did. Ray Epps was, come on inside. Let's go. Sounded pretty good to me. And the judge, if I recall correctly, used as mitigation a lot of the problems he's been through with his family. Excuse me, a lot of the stuff he's been through with the... what am I trying to say? The... oh, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. They... And you got to be careful with this. He said he had to move. People wanted to kill him. And it's like, what did Ray Epps... What? Well, he was in on it. Why was he in it? Well, because he was, what? Well, he had a MAGA hat on. He said, come on in. And he pled guilty. Well, he didn't get charged enough. What? Well, they waited too long before they charged him. What? What are you saying? Now, Howie Brown says a good... Howie Brown, you got a lovely daughter. Brings a good... Owen Schroyer. Now, that guy... Talk about a righteous beard, by the way. Talk about a righteous... This, man, you could wax a bowling alley with that thing. God bless Owen Schroyer. He's the Julian Assange of our generation. And I'm not trying to be cute with that. I mean it. He is by far the most incredible. By the way, I want to let you know that we have 163 members, private Lionel Nation members. Thank you. Just want to let you know, many of them given away as free gifts, which is redundant. I realize that. But Owen Schroyer and others do it. But let me just say something with all due respect. And I love you. You're kind of all over the place. Mark Lewis says Nancy was the arsonist and the obstructionist. No. She didn't arson. Trump did. I'm sorry. Trump said, and we're going to go tell Mike, come on, Mike, do the right thing. They were talking about certifying the vote. Nancy Pelosi just sat back and said, I'm not going to do anything. She didn't obstruct anything. Maybe that's the problem. You're missing the point. Hit that like button, Travis McKevin. Hit that like button. I like this. We're from in Maine, Liz. I like the weird... Sebastian, I like the weird positioning of preposition. Where from in Maine you come in? From here, Liz? Was anyone... What was this? Was anyone here, there, arrested? Was it a made-for-cable mockumentary? What does this mean? You're kidding. all over the place. Topic: Will we ever get to it? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I swear to you, I think sometimes the imprecision in your, and I'm trying just to have you read this. What? Liz Solak responds. Please, if you're listening to this, you've got to go back and follow along. You've got to see the live stuff. This is priceless. You're missing this. You're missing this, okay? You're missing this. Now, number one, here's what they did. Trump was, as we say in West Tampa, a come mierda. He fell into that. Anybody else would have said, Mr. President, they are setting you up. You have got to do something right off the bat by saying, no, no, no. Alex Jones did more. Now, he did something. Remember, Trump said, I said, no violence. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? Alex Jones actually did more in terms of telling people to back off and shut up and go away than anybody else. Did you know that? And that's the God's honest truth. Alex Jones, who, by the way, this will be the greatest love song. I think it was Natalie Cole who said it. No, this is going to be his year. By the way, weird 2024. Alex Jones, Norman Finkelstein, Crystal Ball. Hey, that could be a powder we could use. Crystal Ball for anyway. Crystal Ball. Brianna is up there. Poor Robbie. Wah, wah, wah. Poor Robbie on Breaking Point. Well, he has no opinion. Well, I don't know. Torture of small kittens. Robbie, please say so. I don't know. I'm a libertarian. I don't know. Sagar, too busy kissing Tucker's ass, who's saying nothing now. Anyway, Dershowitz, losing his fastball. Another one, too, we're going to see the end of, sort of, is people are going to run. They're just so tired of Bill Maher and other people kind of in the biz. But let me tell you something. The people who on that day should have said, Mr. President, they're setting you up. You've got to be demonstrative. Now, was there insurrection that was committed that day by anyone? Was there? Nobody was charged with it. Question number one. Question number two. Must you be charged or convicted of that in order to have, what's the word? Must you be convicted of insurrection in order to be, guilty of it pursuant to the 14th Amendment? Don't know. But here's what they did. And this is where you're missing it. Look at Clevin says, no. Clevin, I got to tell you something. I like your spunk. You just answer this. No. Well, Clevin, nobody knows this. One of the things the Supreme Court is going to have to deal with is this particular question. Yeah, but I know that. I'm Clevin. I know this stuff. That ain't going to. In fact, they should cite it. Mr. Justice Kavanaugh, yes. Clevin said, who? Clevin. Oh, say no more. Well, we don't know. I don't believe you have to be charged or convicted of insurrection to be guilty of insurrection pursuant to the 14th Amendment. The same way you don't have to be convicted of a high crime, whatever that means, high crime and misdemeanors to be booted via impeachment. That's a political thing. Does Section 5 eliminate secretaries of state and state agencies and courts? I think so. It says Congress shall be the sole determinant of that. That's Section 5. What about Section 4? It pretty much deals with that one particular provision regarding emancipated slaves. Doesn't that pretty much clearly indicate that the 14th Amendment, at least in this part, deals with the Civil War? Yes. And under Section 3, Doesn't Trump have to be an officer pursuant to this? The answer is, I think yes. It's very clear. So the Supreme Court's going to get to that. Don't you understand that? So this is just, we'll find out. They could say no. But here's what they did. This is it. This is it. They said, do you think Trump is stupid enough to have people around him not say, Mr. President, they are setting you up for something, for either and this is going to be tough because I think there's a degree of immunity, obviously, there, because you have to impeach him first or whatever. Anyway, they're setting you up for seditious conspiracy. Do you know what seditious conspiracy is, by the way? Do you? Anybody? Oh, look at this. I love this one. Lionel, you are an eloquent equivocator on the facts and the law of riots. Read the statutes first. I just did, Citizen Kent. I did. I referred to the 14th Amendment. Didn't you? Did you not hear what I said? I said it's inapplicable. Did you not hear? But citizen, let's read along, shall we? One of my favorites. Seditious conspiracy, shall we? Shall we? Oh, that's my favorite. That's the one people say, what? And then you read it and you think, oh, sure. Not good at all. But while you do that, may I just say something and bring something to your attention first? If you don't mind, two things. You know what? There is a seditious conspiracy that was going out this year or last year, and that was to get rid of my good friend Mike Lindell at MyPillow.com. Look at this. MyPillow.com. This is just a swath, just a segment, just a little shot, a little screen grab of this. If you use promo code Lionel, MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel, or MyPillow.com/Lionel, that's that simple. These are just three of the monstrous deals you will get by going to MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. That's it. I don't know how to say it any other way. I absolutely love this guy. You have no idea. Every time I drive by, every time we are out and about, every time we are there, and I see that little Bed Bath and Beyond and that Harmon, and they're out of business. Remember the one guy from Bed Bath? Didn't he commit suicide? Wow. Here they commit suicide. In Russia, it's always Putin. Nobody commits suicide in Russia. Hey, damn it. But here, I mean, they're jumping out of windows. We had one the other day. Models and business people and realtors. It's a big deal. And before that, they were jumping out of, or they were trying to cross buildings and falling down. In any event, MyPillow, use promo code Lionel, MyPillow.com/Lionel, or call 800-645-4965 and hear just how fast the great, the one, the only, the inimitable, the ineffable Mike Lindell answers the phone. Okay? Now, let's have some fun, shall we? Who wants to read some statutes? Wait a minute. Hold it. George Lenz says, ham sandwich indictments are plentiful these days. Do you know George Lenz, who made that statement? That a good prosecutor or whatever could indict a ham sandwich, as we say in West Tampa. Anybody? I will tell you. Oh, and by the way, Ann Massey says, hope our Orthodox friends are having a peaceful Christmas Eve. Yes. Our dear friends, Christmas Eve around the world. I know in Russia, this is Christmas Eve. Tomorrow is their Christmas. Orthodox Christmas is Sunday, January 7th. This is why do Orthodox have Christmas on January 7th? And the answer is Orthodox communities in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East, which make up more than 70 or 12% of all Christians, celebrate the big day weeks after most of the Western world. It's because they use a different calendar called the Julian calendar to work out what day Christmas should be. So thank you very much, for reminding us of that. And Merry Christmas to our Orthodox friends around the world. An excellent, excellent point. Okay? Okay. June 6th was orchestrated by the ruling class. What? No, it wasn't. That's balderdash. This is what I've been saying. I don't think Trump's the ruling class. I don't think anybody else. They orchestrated it. The reaction to it, well, that's a different story. Well, I don't. Okay, here we go. Here's a seditious conspiracy. Listen to this baby right now. This is it. Let's go to 18 U.S. Code 2384, shall we? That's the thing. 18 U.S. Code 2384. Seditious conspiracy. Now, anybody want to follow along? Good. If two or more persons, got it so far? Always a conspiracy, two or more. Good. What if one of the two or more happens to be a cop? We'll get to that later. If two or more persons in any state or territory or in any place subject to the jurisdiction of the United States conspire to overthrow, put down, or to destroy by force the government of the United States. Let me stop right there. What does that mean to overthrow? What does that mean? You mean like we did? What we did with Allende and all that? What does that mean to overthrow? Hey, you want to overthrow the government? Yeah. What about you two guys? Yeah. Okay. We just conspire to overthrow it. Do we have to be able to do it? To overthrow? What does that even mean? I know what the proverbial, the kind of the understood version of this is. But anyway, two or more people conspire to overthrow, put down, or destroy by force the government of the United States, or to levy war against them. No. Or to oppose by force the authority thereof. To oppose by force the authority. Or to prevent, hinder, or delay the execution of any law of the United States. Certification of the votes. Ding. Or by force to seize, take, or possess any property of the United States contrary to the authority thereof. That's kind of the trespass version. That's kind of going in there. So seditious conspiracy, you can have some wiggle room with that one. You can have some fun with that one. And a couple of people got that, but that's a really serious one. Edge Dweller said January 6th should be turned into a national holiday so all of us can gather again in the meaningful celebration. Yes, gather, very good, in there for in Washington for. So that's it. That's it. So I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but what they did was they overreacted. Let me ask you, great people, how many charges of seditious conspiracy, let's say, or anything along those lines, or just plain old domestic terrorism were leveled, not levy, you levy taxes, you level charges, leveled against Antifa, BLM, the individuals who conspired, who actually caused fires and the like? Well, shall we? Some of the stuff that is written, I swear to God, it's wonderful, but perhaps, and with all due respect, maybe because there's not a lot of thought put into them, a lot of this stuff, I don't know what you're saying, but I try them. I try to discuss this. Now we can talk about stuff all day long about who's who. The problem is that Trump, they tried to get him on the second the second impeachment because if convicted, they were going to prohibit him. One of the elements of the sentence, if he's convicted in the Senate, was that he can't run again. They don't want him anywhere near the White House ever again. Ever again. It's that simple. They don't want him near the White House ever again. So what they did this with, the only reason why anybody cares about January 6th is, of course, to blame him. If there was no Trump, nobody would care about this. If Trump was not there, January 6th, all of the prosecutions, all of this rigmarole wasn't to go after Proud Boys. It was to bootstrap it to Trump, to blame him, to make him responsible for all of this sedition and all of this stuff. That's the issue. That's where they wanted. Now, he clearly wasn't doing that. He had no idea. He thought, silly Trump, that you could just protest against the government. He thought that you could do this. He thought that you can protest. Isn't that something? He thought that you could go to the White House and say, "Hey, Mike Pence, don't certify that." That's all. He never signed off and said, "Go in and be violent." But he didn't exactly necessarily look alarmed that it was kind of whatever it was, but he looked at it. They overplayed this. And everybody in the Democratic Party, everybody there, from Raskin and others to that quizzling Liz Cheney, is told, now make sure when you go out there, you call this the worst thing that's ever happened. You shake your finger and shake your fist, and by God, that's the only thing we have, because they're still trying to bootstrap and to connect that with keeping him off the ballot, which we all know ain't gonna happen. The Supreme Court is also going to make sure. Now, you're not going to get like Super Tuesday, and it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Attorneys general all over the country are saying, dear God, don't do this. This would be absolutely so monumentally dangerous. So let me ask you right now, what is Trump doing? What is he doing? What is Trump's message now? What is the GOP's message? What is it? What is it? What does everyone think about Vivek Ramaswamy? What do you think of him? Good or bad? Yes or no? One or two? What do you think about him? What is Vivek Ramaswamy to you? He's a fast talker. I like to see him in that Ben Shapiro and that back and forth thing where they remember the old FedEx thing, but there was that one, the fastest talker dude. Anybody like Vivek Ramaswamy? Come on. Anybody? Anybody get? Would you vote for Vivek? Huh? I like Vivek Ramaswamy. Would you vote for him? He says some pretty wild stuff when he's by himself, doesn't he? Doesn't he? I like that. Trump's press secretary, yes. Do you believe him? Do you think he's a phony? Do you think he's there just to go, look, I just want to go. I'm a billionaire. I'm going to be, when I get done, I'm a player. I'm going to set up the Vivek Ramaswamy media. I'm a star. Huh? He's what Chris Christie wants to be. Same thing Nikki Haley wants to be. Nikki Haley wants this. And I don't mean money, I mean this. She wants to go out and be the defense contractor darling, right? So who else? Who else? Who? Somebody said that no matter who the Republican person is, you always end up getting John McCain. So what is it? So what does he know? Oh, here we go. Look at this. I used to think that you knew what was up, but if you don't realize that J6 was a orchestrated plan to put Trump supporters as terrorists, you're officially blind and part of the problem. True. Okay, David, tell me how, this is important, tell me how this is orchestrated by, well, it was orchestrated by the J6ers. Tell me how. Let's stop. Everybody stop. You have the floor, sir. Tell me how it was orchestrated when everybody said, we're going to be there. The guy with the eye patch, the Proud Boys, people online, instructions, we're going to be there. Trump said, I'm going to be there. You're going to be there. We're all going to be there. And they brought their Gadsden flags and they brought their things. So you tell me how that was orchestrated, please. And who orchestrated it? Come on. And if you don't mind, please let him answer the phone. Let him answer. I'm answering. You challenged me. Please let me know, sir. Let me know. Wait. Let me wait. Come on, Dave. Let's go. Tell me how. Not a lot of words. I'll give you time. But tell me. And by the way, one of these days, we're going to have something where I reach out to you and you're going to be my guest. What do you say? I think we should do this because this typing stuff is for the birds. Okay? Okay. Here we go. We have the tape of Ray Epps whispering in the kid's ear before he came the first to storm the barricade. Okay? So what? That's nice. You say, okay, fine. That's nice. That's not it. Where is it orchestrated? Come on. I'm begging you. Tell me how it's orchestrated. After everybody says, we're going to be there. I'm going to take buses there. We're all going there. Hey, everybody. Yay. Social media. How is it orchestrated? Come on. Hey, Valkyrie dude with the helmet. They plan letting them in. They planned it. They were already there outside. They had all the charges. Believe it or not that many people were, going in. Okay, that was a trespass thing. Okay. They planned letting them in. Let me try this again. So what they did was they said, okay, now listen, we're going to orchestrate it. How? Okay. When they show up? Yeah. Let them in. What? Except for Ashley Babbitt. Plug her. But the rest of the people, let them in. That was set up. So now, so that was it. You're saying that all those hundreds of people out there who showed up, do you think, let me ask you something, what would have happened if not one person entered the Capitol, the Capitol proper? The dome and the rotunda and the speakers, what would have happened? What would have happened? Answer my question. If not one person got into the Capitol and it was all outside, what would have happened? I'm asking you. Come on. Answer this. What would have happened? Come on. Now, people said, have you seen the hours of footage? Let me try this again. Do you think that was critical? Do you think, let me try this again, that they said, listen, unless you let people in, we don't have charges here. They've got to physically breach the entrance. They've got to enter the Capitol. They've got to enter it. All those people outside screaming, yelling, conspire to overthrow, to thwart. You don't have to take one step in the White House, in the Capitol. Not one step. Nothing. There were people who were charged who weren't even there. Are you listening? Are you listening? Do you really think you're missing the point? You say, well, they've got tape. The tape is great. Do you think that's the make or break? Do you seriously think that were it not for that tape, there would be nothing? Are these people walking around? Do you? Ed said, it's similar to a teenage posting. They're having a party at their parents' home and all their friends invited their friends. Kind of, sort of. I appreciate that. But let me go back to this. Do you think that tape is critical? Do you? They had to get some inside. Maybe not all, but okay. I hate to break it to you, but that's not where the problems most of the time were outside. Now, if you think, now by the way, the testimony is going to be, look, they came through, and they were also unprepared. They could have stopped this if they wanted to. Yeah. I understand this, but here's the deal: trespass. You do realize you can burglarize a home if the door is unlocked, right? You can burglarize a home if the door is unlocked. You can say, "Well, the door was unlocked. The door was open. Excuse me, you can't go in there." Yeah, but the door was unlocked. Okay. Again, it would look better if they said, "Don't come in," but that's not what happened. No need to get them inside. It's just a bonus. Yeah, it was a bonus. But everybody made such a big deal about it because Tucker made a big deal. Like, look at this. They're inside. Uh huh. And if you did we hear some of the testimony? No. Did we see the police reports? No. And what are they going to say? Well, a lot of the folks said, listen, we were scared. We wanted to get them away from. We were trying our best to they breached this up. Well, how come we didn't have the police in the first place? Good point. The 82nd Airborne could have prevented this, or the National Guard. They didn't. But that notwithstanding, they will tell you that this was a way again, except for Ashley Babbitt. What I'm telling you, my dear friends, and this is the part which is important. And by the way, please, everybody say, this is rude. This is rude. He's being rude. Do me a favor. Stop this. Stop with the microaggressions and the, oh, well, you're upsetting me. Please, we're adults. Listen to what I'm saying. Do you want to hear the facts or not? Or just don't be rude to me. Please. This is a trigger warning. Stop it. I'm going to have to take more CBD and grab my therapy unit, my ferret. So don't be rude. All right, we won't be rude. But you keep saying this stuff like Tucker did. Look at this. Look at the tape. The hell with the tape. That's not important. It's now to any of those dudes who said, excuse me, Mr. So-and-so, yeah, are you saying that you believed you were invited in? Did you? Because remember, anytime anybody ever tells you, if you're charged with any kind of trespass, any defense you have as far as license goes, or somebody licensed, not an actual license, but license where you were invited, you're an invitee, that changes everything. Why were you in the house? He said, come on in. Oh, that's a different story. So in any particular case where if Officer Friendly says, come on in, somebody says, me? Yeah. No, I don't want to come in. I just want to look. No, come on in. Is it okay? Sure, come on in. If that happens, good. And I think it was something. In fact, there was a some of these lawyers make me wonder too, because you might have a Brady violation because you're withholding exculpatory. But enough with that. You're focusing too much. Okay? You are missing this. And by the way, Tucker he's wonderful with this, but you do understand something. And I'm sorry to say this, and I mean this. And I'm glad you brought up the idea of Tucker. Tucker was great when he was on Fox. Now that there's no Fox, do you remember when Howard Stern was really popular? He was always being fined. You can't say that. God, did you hear him today? He was fat. Did you hear what he almost said? He almost said the F word. He almost said the N word. He almost said the Z word. Did you hear what he almost said? My God, I'm going to tune in tomorrow. He almost said the F word. Okay, so what did he do? He said, I'm going to go to Sirius. And he said the F word. And then people said, ugh. Yeah, okay. I said it. I know, but it's like, there's a net. There wasn't a net, and now there's a net. And it's like watching a circus act 3 feet off the ground. You know what I mean? think about it. Why do you have to be 20 feet up in the air, or 30 feet, to be a tightrope walker? Why can't you do the tightrope 6 inches off the ground? It's still hard. That's right, but there's no risk. So Tucker comes off this thing, and everything he did, he goes, "Did you hear what he did? He had Orban from Hungary. Oh my God, what is he up to? God, it was the most amazing thing." And he and people like Hannity, what you'd love to go, "Oh my God, is this about? Did you hear what he's? What is he talking about? He's having these people. He had on General McGregor. He did what? He is he a Putin apologist? Dear God, remember that?" Well, they shed can him, and then he went on his own, and now he's like this. Ugh. Go ahead. Now he's one of everybody. Have you heard him talk about UFOs? It's the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. Sounds like a little kid. Well, I don't know if they're human. What? Did you just do you know anything about this subject? No. Well, I don't know. And he's got Sagar from the little kissing his ass, little puppy. Well, I don't know. I've always been into UFOs. Excuse me. Are you a ufologist? Speak with it with reverence. Do you know anything about it? Well, I don't know if there's human life. You don't know anything about this, do you? This is like drive-by. This is like drive-by ufology. Knows a little bit about it. Excuse me. Read up on it. You got plenty of time. Read up. Have some people on who have studied it forever. Go back to Rendlesham Forest. There's so much history, but he doesn't know anything. Because look, you think he's there, and that's fine. But let me ask you something. When have you ever said, what? What? Remember when Alex Jones used to be Alex Jones? When you say, what? Not because it was wait a minute. Tartar sauce causes your testicles to fall off or something, Wait. What? And then he'd say, well, here's a study. Mrs. Paul's, he'd show, I'm kidding, of course, but he would show oh my God. David Icke? Huh? That guy will set you free. And you see, the Queen Mother is a reptile. Holy. I go, what? I still don't understand David Icke. No, he's a reptile. He's a reptile. She's a reptile. She's reptilian. Yes. And Prince Charles is amphibious. Wait a minute. What? Yes, he's a newt. Wait a minute. What? That's great. That was wild. Owen Schroyer's doing a hell of a job. Have you seen band videos? Oh my God, that's great. And there's Tucker. Well, I don't know about it. He's got that Mozart laugh. Remember from Amadeus? Remember that? That laugh thing he does? What is that all about? That's what he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. And he's hanging around people like Andrew Tate and John Dale. Did you really drink? Were you playing golf drunk? That's cool. Tucker, grow up. You want to meet a drunk? I'll show you some drunk. This guy's a piker. Dude, this is it? What's going on? Because he's rudderless. He doesn't have he doesn't know where to go. Now, if you want to talk about somebody who was scary, who's really going to say, oh my God, Norman Finkelstein. Whoa, this is heretical. This guy is full bore. He was like a herpes. He was dormant. And we have a Finkelstein flare-up. This guy is wow. And when he goes after Dershowitz and goes after Bill Maher and goes after Bobby Kennedy, this is wow. Whether you like him or not, no matter what your position is on Israel, I don't even care about that. You want to see something exciting? You watch that. Listen to Douglas McGregor talk about it. Holy Scott Ritter's incredible. Judge Napolitano, the Duran, Mearsheimer blows it's like this. He completely inverts everything. It's like these people would have never seen the light of day had it not been for the social media, thanks to Elon Musk and others. This is exciting stuff. They couldn't hold. Tucker couldn't hold up. And don't give me some. Look, you know that guy, what's his name? Mr. Beast or Mr. whatever. More people watch him do nothing. God bless him. What is it? Mr. Beast or whatever, Mr. Meat or whatever his name is. Mr. Beast. You want to talk about some? Yep, there he is. 227 million subscribers. I spent 7 days in solitary confinement, 87 million views. I rescued 100 abandoned dogs, 95 million views. Survive 100 days survive 100 days, win $500,000. 143 million views. And you're talking about Tucker? Well, come on. If numbers are what you want, I haven't seen a second of Mr. Beast, but God bless him. How about, remember this dude? Remember PewDiePie? 111 million subscribers. They've got girls unboxing curling irons that get more views than. Okay, so don't, please. If you want to go by the metrics of something, that's it. You know who also, by the way, is at the end of the trajectory? Poor old Bill Maher. Oh, this poor bastard doesn't know he doesn't know what he wants to be when he grows up. He has no. Am I conservative? What do I do? Am I left? Takes the most ridiculous. If I didn't know better, I would think the Palestinians are paying him to say this stuff. I'm serious. He's a moron. Okay, stop for it. Cat Williams and Sharp had over 230 million. You're right. Cat Williams. That's the story. That's the, oh my God. So if you want to, in terms of sheer metrics, that's okay. Wheel of Fortune used to get more views reruns where you know the results than things that people have heard before. So let me just stop right now and say, in the event of complete and total catastrophe, when you're not able to buy food, when your family is screaming as it eats some more banana chips, why didn't you plan for this, Dad? I don't know. You guys listen to that Lenny guy. I know. He talked to you about preparewithlionel.com, but you didn't do it. No, I didn't, because I just thought, well, listen, make sure that never happens. And listen to this. They can't handle the truth, but you can. The truth is the clowns running this joint live for chaos. And many of our problems could be solved overnight, but they let them be. Destruction fuels them. If you can handle that truth, you need to visit my website, preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. You'll get $60 off a much-needed 4-week emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. The country's largest preparedness company, My Patriot Supply, is your fighting chance at survival. Sealed inside rugged packaging, these delicious meals last up to 25 years and provide over 2,000 calories a day. Think about that. Eat right in emergencies with this 4-week food kit from My Patriot Supplies. At this low price, you can get one for everyone in your family. Visit preparewithlionel.com. Write this down. Commit it to memory. Preparewithlionel.com. Order by 3 p.m. for free same-day shipping. Prepare right now at preparewithlionel.com. One more time. Preparewithlionel.com before total chaos ensues. Speaking of rugged buckets, how are you? Okay, couple of things here. What did I forget? I'm going to put my banner up. Hang on now. Hang on now. Don't worry about it. Here we go. Here we go. Hang on now. God doggone it. Where's the hell that damn thing? Sounded right. Oh, the damn side. Okay, there we go. Now, listen to this. The most subscribed and most viewed YouTube channels in 2024. This is according to Epidemic Sound, article by Alec Chillingworth, January 2nd of this year. Number one, with 256 million subscribers, T-Series out of India. It's the most subscribed channel on YouTube. It's not much of a secret, to be honest. T-Series is a record label specializing in Hindi film soundtracks and indie pop music. Love it. Number two, US, Mr. Beast. That's right. Mr. Beast has probably offered to buy you a new house or Lamborghini, right? The one-man content machine became popular in the mid-2010s, staging elaborate giveaways and jaw-dropping challenges. Jimmy Donaldson is Mr. Beast. I think he's great. He's fine. He's great. Terrific. Number three, Coco Melon. Have you seen this? People love using YouTube for education, but that doesn't exclusively mean adults. American channel Coco Melon helps kids learn foundational skills in bite-sized, entertaining chunks, CGI style. Coco Melon, and they have 169 subscribers. I'm not going to do it. Number four, Set India, 167 million. Now listen to this. Kids Diana show, Ukraine and the United States. Kids Diana. Not really sure what that is. Oh, Kids Diana. Look at this. Ukrainian American Ava Diana Kidziuk was born in 2014. She's a fit. Great. It's kids. It's wonderful. I've never seen it. Number six, Sweden, PewDiePie, 111 million. Number seven, Like Nastya, Russia, United States. Number eight, Vlad and Nikki, Russia, 107 million. Number nine, Z Music Company, India, 103. And number 10, this is important, number 10, WWE. That's right, WWE, wrestling. You understand that? It's Vince McMahon is still there. Now, what does this mean? You put things into perspective. That's all. You put things into perspective. And you will never, we sometimes in our particular world, we think that, well, everybody watches this and everybody knows. Most people don't know who the hell Tucker is and don't care about Vivek and this one and that one. And Fox News versus Newsmax. But we are not in the PewDiePie world. This is our world. And those people's names matter. And what I'm telling you is 2024 is going to be bigger than anything you've ever seen. And something is going to happen. And the thing that's going to happen is very simply this. There is going to be a voter who wants to be told the truth. There is going to be a voter who believes in just being told, just tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. That's all. I don't know if I'm left or right. I don't want it to be 9. Just explain this to me. I'd like to kind of start off on this. And I really, I don't hate Trump. I don't like Trump. That's the one I want to talk to. It's the middle of the bell curve. Okay, you got it? You understand that? That wasn't too rude, was it? You're rude. No, seriously, you're rude. You're a rude man. You're nasty. I came to here and you treated me like dog shit. What's the matter with you? I'm sorry. I don't appreciate that. By God, Dennis Prager doesn't talk to me. Dennis Prager bores me. I can't even imagine. I can't listen to it. I just, number one. Let me ask you something. Number one, I don't know about you. If I hear his voice for 1 millisecond, part of my soul dies. Jordan Peterson. I'm gone. I can't. Number two, if only, please, Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's got some good stuff. Stop trying to be cool. Just speak to me. That's all. Number 3, Michio Kaku. You ever hear? He's a great guy, but he laughs. Have you seen the fake laugh? And the problem is that when you go to the speed of light, Michio, what? Why are you laughing? What? Why are you laughing? And the Hadron Collider, wait a minute, it's Hadron, but it's you're laughing again. I'm not laughing. Yes, you are. You're laughing. Are you forcing this? I don't know. They say to me, this will help me come across as nice. What? There are people I just cannot listen to. Candace Owens, cannot listen to her. Cannot. Don't care. Norman Finkelstein, oh my God. I don't even care what he said. He could, if he ever did, I want to hear him do he talks like this. And he talks very slow. And what Mr. Dershowitz says is wrong compared to the document. I want to hear this. K-Tel Records presents Norman Finkelstein doing your favorite rap hit. Here's Norman doing Rapper's Delight. I said a hip hop, the hippie to the hip hop. You don't stop the rock. It to the bang boogie, say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie, the beat. And let's bring in Noam Chomsky. Now that you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends. I mean, these guys are tough, but they're fascinating because what they're saying is incredible. It's incredible. It really is. I think they're terrific. The delivery is just, you get a hold of, oh my God. There's something that you talk about exciting. Finkelstein, he's like the DB Cooper. Where was he? They always said, did you see him? Well, he wrote this book about I never met a bridge I didn't burn, or oh no, I'll burn that bridge when I get to it. He was just out. It's all back again. When I hear 9/11 truthers, I'll know, okay, that's it. Okay, the world is inverted. It's complete. When that becomes cool, when people say, that building 7 thing, I'll realize, oh dear God. Oh my, they're fooling. And then they think, wow, and coming up, as far as I'm concerned, geoengineering, I think this is stratospheric. What? They're acknowledging I'm hearing things that are this is the most shocking stuff I've ever heard in my life. That's what's interesting. Not Tucker talking about, Portnoy or one of these doofuses that don't. Kid Rock? Are you kidding me? Anyway, look, it's a free country. It's a free country. What I'm telling you is that there's a revolution happening. There's a revolution. And the thing that I want to do is, if I'm scared about the revolution, I'm going to send old Tucker out there like you would send out a barrel man, a rodeo clown, not charging. Here, Tucker, say something over here. Hey, over here. Look, I've got John Daly. See? Okay. Hey, that's cool. Yeah. Keep it up, Tucker. Bring back a Portnoy. You can talk about pizza. Just keep it. Don't. Meanwhile, we're saying, oh, no. John McGuire couldn't get higher. Said, let's be honest. If 9/11 truther stuff became the norm, we would assume it's an op of some kind. You're right. Or a LARP or something. Yes, you would realize, oh, no. This can't be. Do you know the stuff in the blinds regarding, there is stuff that will blow your mind. It's completely unsubstantiated. I don't bring it up. It's just people saying it, but it's not ever refuted. It's never the subject of any kind of lawsuits. It just doesn't make, but it will blow your mind. And it's the stuff that makes you say, you know, that's not that crazy. Oh, if you know what a limited hangout is, right? I've said this a million times. Let me get the actual definition. Limited hangout, because I like to read the actual, definitions rather than me, missing the point. This is important. Okay, it works like this. Limited hangout is intelligence jargon for a type of propaganda or something to that effect, which is selected portion of a bigger scandal, right? It's a selected portion. It's a select portion of it, let's say, criminal case, sensitive information, classified information is revealed. A portion of it is revealed without telling the whole story. And the intention of it is to establish credibility as a critic of something or somebody by engaging in criticism of them, while in fact covering up by omitting the big stuff. To distance yourself from something by using innocuous or vague criticism, even when one's own sympathies are privately with it. So what it means is it's you throw this out and people will say, wow, that's great. People have forever, they've suggested that the Pentagon Papers and Ellsberg were all limited hangout because this was already known. We knew this. And what Epstein is doing is they're saying, this is all there is. Okay, we dropped it. Right, Judge? Right. We're on the fourth tranche. Oh, boy, look at this. Wow, this is hot stuff. What is it? Bill Clinton liked him young. You what? Oh, my God. Yeah. And guess what? They gave back rubs and they actually had sex with some of these girls. Wow. Okay, that's it. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. Let me give you one name. You know who really, if you really want to go deep, and you may not care about this, but is Prince Andrew. Oh, man. If 10% of what I'm hearing is true, your jaw you'll never be able to sleep at night. You won't be able to sleep. I'll leave it at that. But you think that it's these silly little tranches, right? Isn't that what you do? It's like you think January 6th is about these stupid videos. Look, they're letting them in. It's like, would you stop looking at that's a distraction. That doesn't mean anything. No, it's like, no, that's not it. I mean, it's okay. Why do I bother? Why do I bother? Because I love you. You're beautiful people. I mean that. All right, dear friends. Listen, you have a great and a glorious day. Thank you so much. One more time. Let me tell you one more time. I'm going to say it again, dear friends. One more time. I want all yous people to meet us at, of course, where? That's right. New York City's fabled cutting room, February the 3rd. You think this is good? Well, of course it's good. And by the way, it's a clean show. Nothing deliberately ribbled or coprolalic. Not deliberately, but nonetheless, it very well. You know when appropriate. So let me thank you, and let me thank our dear friends tonight, our patrons, so to speak. John McGuire couldn't get on higher. Thank you so much, Johnny. Edge Dweller, you're a maniac, and you dance like you've never danced before. George Lens, looking through his particular lens, thank you. And thank you all. You are wonderful. Thank you for all of it. You're rude. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the inconsistent and somehow incoherent things you say, which I love, which they're. He called me inconsistent. Yes, because he's rude. That Lenny, I watch him and he says mean things about me. I'm going to take some more CBDs and get my little therapy ferret, Lars, and pet him as I sit in my beanbag chair and watch reruns of Scooby-Doo. In any event, stop being rude, Weird Matter. You're rude. Stop it. You're mean. You're a mean man. What a mean thing. What a mean thing to do, Sergeant Carter. All right. You're fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, our good friends Team Alaska gifted 1 Lionel Nation membership. So jump on it. Thank you, Team Alaska. God bless you. Dick Bort says, Elvis rule the world again. Ha, ha, ha. Don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. Look at our good friend Jimmy Gerard Brown says, 2024 is going to be a bumpy ride anyway it ends. Oh, you're right about that, dear friend. Oh, you are right. You are right. Here we go. Wild Bill says, 1 is the loneliest number. Harry Nelson said that. Thank you so much for that one. All right, my friends. Well, listen, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Don't ever change a meme that's sincere. Happy New Year. And to all of our Orthodox friends all over the world, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I think it's Christmas right now as we speak. So thank you. And by the way, don't forget, please wash your perianal and inguinal area and your pudendal areas as well with soap and with steel wool if necessary. All right, my friends, until tomorrow, don't forget these magical words. Don't forget, I always say, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. That's it.